Hey, Ho Squad. Hey, Ho Nation. This video has taken me forever to do. The last time I did this was in 2020. So it's been 5 years since I've done this. And as you know, since you're here and you saw the thumbnail, this is my green tea collection, y'all. But I'm doing it. It's like I think every time I'll be like, oh yeah, let me get to it. And I just never do, obviously. But now let's talk Elizabeth Arden Green Tea. All right, before we get into the green teas, let's just talk about the green teas and how this happened. All right, so I bought the majority of these. The first ones in 2020. I might have had green tea years ago, never really thought about it. But during the pandemic, right before the pandemic and during the pandemic, beginning of it, I started looking, I was like, wow, these are inexpensive. And I was starting to do fragrance content. So I was like, oh, let's just buy them all and show and see how they smell and talk about them. So that's how I wound up doing this whole little obsession with green teas. And once I got the first all of them, then it was like every year, I was like, well, I gotta get the next green tea. Now, what I will say about the green teas is that they do have a DNA. There is a prominent, prevalent DNA, which is citrus tea with a kind of woody, musky base. So that's what you will find in most of them. So if you don't like that DNA, then don't try them. But understand that the majority of them are going to have that as it dries down. You will catch that DNA and everything. The thing with them is that the different versions of it might just have a little twist here and there. Some of them a bigger twist than others. Some it's like, you didn't need that one. Now, the other thing I will say that really kind of, and I've been trying to figure out how to show it off, is I really love their bottles. The bottles are so cute to me. I love the graphics on them. They're all different. They all represent what the fragrances are. So I really have been trying to figure out how to really showcase them because I think the bottles are really pretty just by themselves. And so Elizabeth Arden, this is one of their most iconic brand, fragrance lines because every year they come out with them. They do have other ones that are still around, like sunflowers is still around. Of course, white tea has now become where they're doing more flankers for that because for a long time it was just white tea. So, but this right here is the one that I kind of got caught up in, and I've made sure that I didn't get caught up on the other ones because at the price point, which is, under $20 on all of the gray markets. And please, y'all, do not buy these things retail. Honey, they will make it to the gray market real quick, even the new ones. They get there before the end of the year. So they usually come out in the spring, and then usually by summer, they're in the gray market. Sometimes even earlier. All right. So now let's go ahead and get into all of the green teas. And if you have green teas, make sure that you put it in the comments. Make sure you share with everybody. I would love to see your list of green teas if you have more, if you have them at all. Let's just chitty chat. All right, let's go. Before we get started, a little shameless plug. Y'all, the decants and the declutter list is out. So I don't know what y'all waiting on. Go ahead, request it, see if there's something you want, a few things you want, and put your order in. The link will be in the description box for the list with all the information, which includes the link to order. Please, if you get the declutter list or the list, please do not send me a message asking me, is something still available? I make sure you can tell if you still, so for in declutter, I take the price off and say sold if it's gone. And then put it in, and if you want it, just send the order in. Use my form so I can, because this is my record keeping way of doing things. Could you please just do that? I appreciate you. So if you would like to see the decant list, declutter list, go ahead. It's, hit that link in the description box. Been around since 1999, and they have 26 flankers, because I own, so there's a total of 27 green teas. I own 26 of them. One of them is very hard to get and is a little overpriced, and I just cannot pay that price for a green tea. Our EDTs, they are very light. They do not last long. However, they're great for what they are. What they are is something that you can just throw on and, like keep with you in case you need to freshen up. And it'll be a nice, light, easy breezy fragrance. This is not something that's going to, be intense. It's going to last forever, because I know people act like every fragrance has to last forever. But for the price, you can always carry them with you. You can have, listen, you can, and I think green teas are really, it's like a gateway fragrance, not necessarily for somebody young, but as somebody who's just getting into fragrances, green tea is a nice gateway. So let's get started. So like I said, they started in 1999 with the original. And like you can get this thing everywhere for about $12. And of course, this is a Francis Kirkjohn. So this is a Francis Kirkjohn. This is green tea. Green tea, the notes of it are intense. It's a whole lot of notes. I bet you would never think this had all these notes. It is rhubarb mint, orange peel, bergamot lemon, carnation musk, jasmine oak moss, white amber and fennel, caraway amber musk, green tea, jasmine cloves, oak moss, celery seeds. When you smell this, I promise you're not going to get all this. What you get from the green tea DNA is a nice citrusy green tea. That's what the green tea DNA is. What happens is all those other things, they kind of come at the beginning, but you don't really smell them. In this one, for me, it is a citrusy green tea, a slight little spiciness to it. And you can get, some florals. But really, the green tea DNA is a citrus tea. So this is the original green tea by Francis Kirkjohn. All right, next up on the list is another Francis Kirkjohn, and this is iced green tea. The notes from this is mint, bergamot, lemon, orange, eucalyptus, mandarin, amber, musk, mint. I have to tell y'all, this is one of my least favorite ones. For real, for real. It does not smell good to me. I think it's because it's kind of heavy on the mint and the eucalyptus. So those two really give it like an intense sense, and then you get a little, and of course this one he's lost the tea note, so I don't really like this one. Now let me say this, if you like that kind of vibe, like a minty eucalyptus, very green, very aromatic, you might like iced green tea. Sometimes you can find it. Forgot to say that came out in 2001. Now the next one is spiced green tea. This one has ginger, rhubarb, lemon verbena, anise, lemon, jasmine, tea, cardamom, lavender, and sandalwood, patchouli, intense. This also came out in 2001. I don't know, which way they went, but here we go. And so we have this. Okay, let me just say this. These two are my least favorite of all of them. I will say that I like this one a little more than I did when I first smelled it. But it definitely has like the ginger gives it a little spiciness, but it's got that anise in it, that licoricey vibe. And that's what I get a lot of. I get the anise is kind of strong, so it gives it a licoricey vibe, which I don't like. So it's like a licoricey gingery tea. No, not my favorites. All right, next up came in 2005 is Summer. This one has notes of blackcurrant, bergamot, tangerine, lemon, cyclamen, passion fruit, water lily, watermelon, and rose, musk, oak moss, and white amber. So this gives a more, this is like a fruitier one. This definitely gives you a fruity one. As I have it now, and my nose is better and I know notes better, you definitely kind of get a watermelon, juicy watermelon vibe from it. So it's like a juicy watermelon tea. Now remember, the thing with the green teas is like you really do get a lot of them do have a citrusy tea vibe. So a lot of times as these dry down, you get more of that iconic DNA. So ultimately you're gonna kind of get this green tea vibe, that DNA with some addition, some punches to it. And so this one has like a fruity summer vibe to it. What was I going to say? So this one has a fruity summer vibe to it that gives it a little juicy watermelon. So you get that juicy watermelon. Next up is Revitalize. Revitalize has blood orange, mandarin orange, water mint, magnolia, green tea, bamboo, lotus, birch, oak moss, and musk. Now, okay, so remember, I bought all these in 2020. The majority of these, I just, did a bomb of buying them. And what happened is that my nose was a little different. It's been 5 years, And at the time, I really didn't like Revitalize, but I tried it on again recently and I like it more now. It definitely has a clean vibe. This has a more green, clean vibe to it. That bamboo, the lotus definitely shine through. You're definitely getting like this kind of green, watery tea vibe, right? I like it more now. Like this was like when the one was like, I'm keeping it because it's a green tea, but I don't really like it. But now I kind of do like it. This is definitely something that I could wear to go to sleep in. It'll be definitely relaxing. This gives spa vibes. That's what Revitalize gives. It gives a spa vibe. So this is Revitalize. Now, before we go on, I will discuss the one I'm missing, which is the 2006 Green Tea Intense. I do not have that one. That's the one I'm missing because I just cannot justify spending $70 on a green tea. $70, $100 because it's hard to find. No, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. So Revitalize is not in my list. But next up is Tropical. And this came out in 2007. It has notes of lychee, passion fruit, green tea, magnolia, musk, and tropical fruits. Now, interestingly enough, I find summer a little more tropical and fruity than I do this one. This one comes off a little more, it's more like the magnolia. It's like the green tea with magnolia. You get a hint of the fruit, but it's really, if you're looking for this fruity one, I would go with summer over tropical because the fruits are a little watered down. You really don't get them. They're not strong. The ones that are strong, like I said, are the magnolia, the tea, the watery vibe, and the musk. So this is green tea tropical. Next up is green tea lotus, right? This is, what does this say right there? Plum, cherry blossom, yuzu, Asian lily, lotus, green tea, osmanthus, musk, and white birch. This is another one that I really wasn't a big fan of when I first got them. It was like, it's okay. I will say this, that a lot of times I'm with the green teas is that if you're looking for those nuances, kind of let it sit on you for a minute because sometimes that's when you get them. Okay, so this one is lotus. Once again, you do get that tea vibe. So you're going to definitely get you your green tea. Green tea is always strong in a lot of them. And this is And let me say, because this wasn't one of my favorites, I really haven't pulled it out in years. But smelling it again, and I wore it a couple of times recently, I enjoy it more. This is definitely a watery, very relaxing, just like Revitalized, very relaxing, very spa-like vibe to it. This is definitely giving a spa vibe. I could see being in like uh, a, a water spa getting massage, and this would be part of the vibe. So you get a watery floral tea vibe. The you know, let me get it out right. The citrus, the yuzu gives it the citrus because, like I said, so many of them have that citrusy green tea vibe. So that's what you're always, so that's what stands out. But you do get these delicate florals and this wateriness to it. So this is the green tea lotus. Oops. Green Tea Lotus came out in 2008. Forgot to tell y'all. Next up is Green Tea Exotic. This came out in 2009. This has bergamot, lime, black tea, purple vine blossom. I cannot make this up. Orchid, lily, jasmine, green tea, woody accords, amber, and white daffodil. All right, so yeah, exotic ain't that exotic, y'all. It's a slightly floral, citrusy green tea. That's what it is. And sometimes, and that's why I'm glad I have all of these and can say that, is like some of them is like you might as well just buy green tea. Like this one, it has, a few, it has those beautiful florals, but they really don't hang around it long enough. And the citrus and that green tea is so strong. It's okay. So that is exotic. Next up, came out in 2010, is lavender. This has notes of Amalfi lemon, mandarin, chamomile, mint, lavender, tea, magnolia, musk, and ambre. Now, if you know me, you know I don't like this one. I can promise you, if you've been around and you know my scent preferences, you know I don't like this one. Lavender and mint? No, absolutely not. Mm-mm. However, if you like those notes, it'll be a lovely fragrance. It does, of course, have the citrus coming out, but you definitely get lavender and mint and chamomile. No. Mm-mm. So if you like green, you like aromatic, you like a herbally vibe, I would say this is perfect. This would be honestly perfect for somebody who really don't like fragrances not say like fragrances, but for somebody who isn't into florals, doesn't want to wear gourmands, they just want to have a nice, I smell more elevated than just soap and water. This one right here. Next up is Green Tea Camellia. This came out in 2011. This is bergamot, yuzu, lemon, green tea camellia, white peony, magnolia, jasmine, mandarin blossom, fruity plum nuance. Because it's not fruity, it's not necessarily a fruity plum. It's a nuance. I love that word. Y'all know that. So it's a fruity plum nuance with musk, birch, moss, and sweet spices. All right. As always, you're going to get the green tea, but this has a delicate floral. It is a very dainty fragrance. That peony, the camellia, the jasmine, the magnolia, it is a really delicate floral tea vibe. Very pretty, very like cute lunch or cute brunch. And when I say cute brunch or lunch, I mean like you're going to go out with, just some friends, and you're going to be outside. You don't want to overwhelm everybody. This is a nice dainty fragrance. Next up in 2012 was Green Tea Cherry Blossom. Are y'all liking this? Just let me know. Okay, Green Tea Cherry Blossom. This is lemon, bergamot, green tea vapor. I cannot make this up. Cherry blossom, green tea leaves, Birch tree, angelica, and moss. Whenever you're wearing these, and I probably haven't said this, you usually get a dry down with a little musky woodiness. All right, cherry blossom. You do get the cherry blossom. It is a pretty fragrance. If you like cherry blossom, this is really nice. And if you do like cherry blossom and have some, this would be really good to layer with, to like, like I'm all about layering and enhancing notes. If you wear a cherry blossom fragrance, this will be really pretty to add to it because it's going to enhance that cherry blossom, because it does have a really pretty delicate cherry blossom in it. And when I say cherry blossom, it leans a little more cherry on the cherry blossom. There's a reason why I'm saying that. So this is cherry blossom right here. And now 2013's honeysuckle. This is bergamot, lemon, green tea, tangerine, boysenberry, honeysuckle, jasmine, sambac, ylang, green tea, neroli, peach, musk, birch, and ambre. Some of these, they are like heavily packed with notes. For such a light fragrance, they be packing in the nose, baby. So honeysuckle is one of my favorites. It does have that sweetness, a sweet honeysuckle vibe. So you do get that sweet honeysuckle that really combines well with the green tea DNA. But then you also get the beautiful florals also. So you do get a nice floral bouquet. The jasmine and the ylang ylang really do uplift that honeysuckle. So this is really gorgeous. This is one of my favorites. Really nice just to spray to it. It's a really sweet, girly vibe, which of course a lot of these are. Next up in 2014 is green tea yuzu. This has notes of yuzu, bergamot, lemon, green tea, lemon, wood, petitgrain, neroli, yuzu pulp, thyme, mint, blackcurrant, green tea, musk, white birch, ambre. Now, I have to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of yuzu. However, if you like it, this is lovely. You will really enjoy it because this is heavy on that yuzu kind of lemony, tart, citrusy vibe. So this just amps up the citrus a lot, a lot. So this is a really citrusy vibe. But I will say this is that the black currant gives it a like juicy fruitiness that now I can pick up on better. And of course, you get the green tea, and then you get that musky, woody vibe. Really cute, really pretty. And I actually kind of like it more now, but I'm not a huge yuzu wearer. So this isn't something that I will pull out a lot. But if you like a refreshing, very kind of citrusy, tart, zingy vibe with a juiciness to bring it down, because that black currant makes it more manageable, because it's so full of like lemon and yuzu and bergamot and neroli. So it's very tart. It has a tartness to it and a greenness. So that black currant gives it a little juiciness to bring that down and make it more manageable. And so it's now like a really, that green tea vibe with that. So this is green tea yuzu. Next up in 2014 is another one, which is green tea bamboo. And I do have them in the order that they came. So that's why this, so I found them in order. Okay, let's see. Let's keep on. Bergamot, grapefruit, lemon, bamboo, tamarind, tree leaf, galbanum, green tea, cucumber, violet leaves, syringa scent trek, gentle musk, woods, mastic, orris roots, and mate. I don't know who be coming up with these, but hey. So, of course, it has a really strong citrusy vibe with that bergamot. The grapefruit does come through. So I don't necessarily like this because it is strong on the grapefruit. And I'm not a big grapefruit scented, note person. But you will get a nice citrusy vibe. But it also has a refreshing aromatic green vibe from the cucumber, from that bamboo and the tamarind. It is definitely for somebody who likes a more green or more herbal or more fresh vibe with this one. So this is green tea bamboo. 2015 saw green tea cucumber. And this is citruses, cucumber, watermelon, green tea, French violet, amber, seed, and amber. And as you can tell, this is one of my favorites. I absolutely love this. I like cucumber and fragrances though. So it has a really nice, fresh, cucumbery vibe to it. So it's giving you the cucumbery, that watermelon gives a little juicy, sweet fruitiness. I really enjoy this one. And this goes perfectly with Roses on Ice by Killian. Put these two together. Superpowers activated. I bet you this will smell good with Sultana's Rose Parade too. All right, next up from 2015 is Green Tea Jasmine. All right, this has mint, neroli, mandarin, bergamot, jasmine, night. Oh, I wrote a note to myself. So let me tell you, it has three different jasmines. It has night blooming grandiflorum and a white jasmine. It has orange blossom, violet leaves, mate, amber, and musk. So this is this is one of the few that doesn't have green tea listed. It does have mate, so it does have a tea vibe. Now, as I say, this is what I said in 2020, and I stand by it. Even though I haven't been wearing it lately, this is the sexiest green tea. Those white florals are doing something. I've said like this is like the watered down, easy breezy version of Alien. It gives almost an Alien vibe, but with all those jasmines in it. But it's like the easy breezy. You can't deal with Alien, but you want to have that like cute, you want to have that sexiness, but this is that lightweight, this is an ephemeral sexiness. And the reason why I say that is because it's not as loud, it's not as strong. So this is a kind that will, like if you walk past somebody and you've just sprayed this, because of course these don't last, so you got to carry it with you, it'll take them a minute to be like, damn, that was sexy. You know what I'm saying? They'll smell it, it'll waft off of you. But it'll leave the impression becomes like, wow, that was really sexy. So it's a ephemeral sexy as opposed to an in your face sexy. This is definitely a summertime. This is perfect summertime, especially if you're going to like a barbecue, a party, and you want to be, because when you're in those situations, it's really hot and everything. So you need something that's a little refreshing, but then you put this and it's giving it refreshing and sexy. Green tea jasmine. Next up in 2016 is Nectarine Blossom. I'm looking toward the side because I think I might be interrupted. This is peach, bergamot, exotic fruits, green tea, nectarine, and nectarine blossom, and musk. And that's what it gives you. It does give you a nice nectarine blossom vibe. So it gives you that. So it's not as sharp as a lot of the citruses. Excuse me, but this top, yeah, it has this really, if you like Jo Malone's Nectarine Blossom, think that's what you're getting. You're getting that really nice nectarine blossom vibe from this, with of course the tea and the things like that, and it's a fruity juiciness to it. This is really, at the time I was like, it's okay, but I really, I can enjoy these more now. So this is the green tea nectarine blossom. Also in 2016 is green tea mimosa. This is green tea citruses, mimosa, heliotrope, and amber. So it is giving you that powdery mimosa vibe. So now, when I first got this, I wasn't into powdery fragrances. So this is giving you a little, the hell. So it's giving you, let me go check. I'll be back to talk about. I will be back to finish. As you can tell, my grandkids need me. It's the morning. I have to give them the Gigi moments. Y'all know how it is. I'll be back. Okay, I am back. Let's finish talking about mimosa, green tea mimosa. Okay, so like I said, this one has one of the shortest note structures of a green tea, and I will say I really love it for that. So it's still giving you the green tea DNA, but it does have that powdery floral, that powderiness that you equate with mimosa, and of course it's got heliotrope. So it's this is the most powdery of the green teas, and green tea floral citrusy vibes. So I really, really do love it. So this is green tea mimosa. All right, next up in 2018 is green tea fig. Y'all can see I like this one too. This is bergamot, citron, clementine, fig leaf, ivy, tea, green tea, fig, violet leaf, tamarind, pistachio, tonka, musk, clary, sage. So if you are a tea lover, this is giving you like a fig tea, and fig does pair really well with citrus. So this is a really nice, clean, fresh green fig, with a tea base, a citrusy tea base. So this is green tea fig. All right. So this is green tea pomegranate. It's giving you that pomegranate vibe, but it also has that raspberry. So it's still very tart, very juicy, but then the citruses give it a little more sweetness. So it's not quite as sour and tart to wear. But then you have the violet leaves, which give it a powderiness. And you, of course, get your tea vibe, your green tea DNA. So this is green tea pomegranate. Next up is green tea pear blossom. This is Anjou pear, bergamot essence. Let me start over. Anjou pear, bergamot essence, Sicilian lemon essence, Anjou pear tree blossom, jasmine samba, green tea vapor. Not green tea, but the vapor. And mate, white musk, amber, and white moss. I cannot. Now, as you can tell, this is one that I wear. Yeah, this has that beautiful pear, juicy pear with that hint of green tea. The green tea is very mild, and it's not as citrusy. It's more about the juicy pear with the green tea, with enough citrus to maintain the green tea DNA. And of course, dries down to a nice, beautiful musk. So this is green tea pear blossom. All right, now we're getting into the ones that came up since I did that first one 5 years ago, 2020, the pandemic. Now we're going to talk about the latest one since then. And so the first one we're going to talk about is this one. Next up is this one, green tea sakura blossom. Now, let me just say this. I had to make sure I wasn't crazy. Sakura is just a different way to say cherry blossom. So this is a cherry blossom fragrance, and it has bergamot, mandarin orange, violet leaves, sweet almond, green tea, Japanese cherry blossom, peony, jasmine sambac, musk birch, musk mallow. Now, I'm going to say this about it. The difference between this one and the original cherry blossom is this one tends to be a little more floral. Because it has the cherry blossom with the peony, it seems to be a little more floral. You get a little more delicate florals in it. And with the almond, it's a little, kind of powdery. So really, there's not much difference between them, except I will say that cherry blossom comes off a little more cherry. This one comes a little more floral. Sorry, that was 2021. This is 2022's green tea lychee lime. This has notes of lime, lychee, lemon, and bergamot, water lily, magnolia, and geranium. Base notes are tea, green tea, and lychee. So it is exactly what it says it is. It is a very vibrant, very bright, citrusy tea with, as it dries down, you get some florals in it. So you have to like that kind of really vibrant, very citrusy vibe because you get that lychee and that lime and that lemon, really giving that to you. So if you like that, you know, this is good. I personally am not that much of a citrusy person, but it has its place. So yes, this is a very vibrant citrus with the green tea DNA. So this is green tea lychee lime. Next up is green tea citron freesia. This is bergamot green tea, mandarin orange, lemongrass, freesia, jasmine, sambac, cyclamen, black pepper, musk, birch, and mate. I have to say this is kind of a disappointment. I was hoping it would be more floral, but it really does lean very citron. So if you like the citrus part of it with a hint of floral, fine. But for me, this wasn't a standout because of the fact that it just felt like green tea with a extra, citrusy vibe with a little bit of florals. All right, 2024's green tea coconut breeze. This is bergamot, coconut, salt, coriander, green tea, petalia, karma flora, mahanial. Those are aldehydes with musk, white amber, and oak moss. Now, I'm going to have to tell the truth. In the beginning, I was super disappointed with this one. And the reason why I was super disappointed with this one is because of I didn't get the coconut. And I was so excited because I was like, wow, this is a different vibe. However, I've had it sitting around. I tried it on again. And what I found is you have to wait. The coconut comes in and you get that salty coconut, but it's as it dries down. So in the beginning, it was like, what? This is just. So if you spray it on paper, you get the coconut. On my skin, I didn't get the coconut in the beginning, but after letting it start to dry down, that's when the coconut comes out and becomes this really pretty, gorgeous coconut tea vibe, the green tea vibe. So this is Coconut Breeze. And finally, this year's Green Tea Pistachio Crunch. This is green tea pistachio, bergamot, heliotrope, magnolia, rosewater, vanilla bean, and amber. This is surprising. You do get that pistachio in the beginning. It is very prominent. It gives a good pistachio, which is, if you like pistachio, that's what you want. Like now, of course, as it dries down, you do lose the pistachio, but then you do get that vanilla, so it gives it a sweetness, which is very interesting for a green tea because you rarely see, I don't think I've seen vanilla in any of them. So this is a sweeter, more on trend green tea than some of them. The heliotrope, magnolia, and the rosewater just give it that floral mid that you need with a little powderiness. So that heliotrope works with the pistachio to give it a little powderiness. But yeah, this is really an interesting green tea. And if you like pistachio, this would be a cute one to have for the summertime. So this is Green Tea Pistachio Crunch. And that is it for all of the green teas. I hope that this has helped you. If you were curious about them. And so that's my little obsession, the Elizabeth Arden Green Tea. Talk to you later. As always, be bold, be brave, be fearless, be free.